Alright, so here we have the Engwe M20, and it's a great bike, fun to ride, but because it has smaller brakes, you do go through the brake pads pretty quick, especially if you are more aggressive with them. And so in today's video, we're going to be changing it to this multi-metallic Zacro brakes, and it comes in pairs for the back and the front. So changing the brake pads is actually not that hard. It's similar to like a mountain bike. You got the mechanism here, and there's a few ways you can do it. So you can take off these two bolts to just slide the whole thing off, and that's probably what I'm going to do, as that'd probably be the easiest way. So you're going to need a set of Allen wrenches. So once you break them loose, turn pretty easy with your hand. So then this whole system will just pop right out. And here we see the whole mechanism. So we can see the brake pads there. To take them out, we have to take this bolt out here, and that's going to release the pads and also the spring in between. So it's a bolt, but it's like a pin with threads on it, and it goes right through the brakes and the spring. So now it should just all pop out. And we can kind of see the symbol here of how it goes together. So the spring just goes in between, so kind of sandwiches in like that. But yeah, here we can see on the brake pad that they're pretty worn out. And actually it looks like it's been rubbing on the metal, is why it's been kind of squeaking a lot. And this one here, you guys can see, pretty much is at its limit also. Yeah. So the new pads, we can see we get the same kind of system here. So 2 brake pads. They look really nice. Definitely a different material than we had, looks like. Hopefully it'll be quieter, as it is supposed to be a bit quieter. But yeah, the spring just literally goes in between, just like that, kind of lines up. And then our bolt will go through these holes here. So yeah, we're literally gonna insert it there. Kind of like we pulled it out, same way, all together. And it kind of holds itself, you just gotta be a little careful, trying to keep it all together. Then we're gonna take our bolt, goes through here, run it through all the holes, including the spring. So yeah, mostly you just gotta line everything up. Grab the correct Allen wrench and screw it down. So yeah, not too hard, guys. Snug that up decently well. And now you guys can see we have our brake pads, and because they're brand new, it does appear that we might have to back off of this here a bit, and also make sure all your cables are run down all the way. Oh yeah, that opened it nicely. And so now we're just gonna go in reverse order and slide this crack here into the disc. So you guys can't really see it from that angle, but yeah, you just line it up and go down. And we're also gonna start our bolts here. So we need to run these bolts all the way down until they're close to being snug, but we don't want to tighten it all the way, as we want this loose, because what we want to do is line up the back to the back of the disc, meaning put some pressure on it like this, just a little bit, where it's straight, and then tighten where it's nice and flat against the back, and snug these bolts up. So we can kind of raise the bike up a bit to spin it to see if everything's good. Feels pretty good. Actually lined up pretty much perfect. So on the front is pretty much the same thing. I'm gonna go ahead and set this back. So we're gonna loosen these 2 bolts. Just watch out for all the washers behind it, not to lose these pieces. So here we can see the brakes are not as worn, and probably could get some life out of them, but we're gonna go ahead and change them. So we're gonna remove the pin, and then these things should just slide out. The new ones are much thicker and they're a different material. So yeah, same way, just like that. Line it all up from the bottom up. And you guys can see we got a really nice gap, actually bigger than the other side we had. So now we need to install our pin back in, tighten it up, and now we can slide our brakes right over the disc. We got much bigger gap, so it goes in really easy. Grab our bolts. We're gonna tighten these until it gets almost tight, but still loose. And what we're gonna do is just gonna kind of press this way from the back out, so it's flat against the disc. Not too much pressure, just slight pressure where it's flat. And then we're gonna tighten these up to lock it in. And now we can tighten them really good if it's lined up. And I don't know if you guys can see, let's see if I can show you. You can kind of see the disc there, and we got a gap on this side. So I'm just gonna unscrew this to tighten the gap. Kind of see that gap getting smaller as I tighten, but as I unscrew it, that's really close there. It's a very small gap. That's how you're going to adjust it. Eventually, if you need to, you can loosen this bolt and pull on the cable here to tighten it up a little more. Or here on the brake pedal or lever, you could also unscrew it here to make it tighter and then tighten it with the lock washer. So yeah, I'm gonna go down with this one just a little bit. But yeah, that's pretty much adjusted and ready to go. So yeah, if you need to change your brake pads, you can guys see, you just need an Allen wrench set. 10-15 minutes later, you got new pads.